It is 7:45, Rise and Shine. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather. I know we're a couple of minutes early. Figure we'll get a couple of minutes early start, couple of minutes early finish. But I am live this morning on Coffee Talk from the Orlando Science Center. Technically the parking lot, but here we are. Spark STEM Fest is the event this weekend. And before we get into anything deep, for Coffee Talk, if you're looking for something to do, this is kind of the big weekend here at the Orlando Science Center. There is so much going on. It is an absolutely fantastic, fantastic forecast. So, please, if you're looking for something to do, educational for the kids, they find ways to make it fun and they bring a lot of different community groups in. I'll be live on WESH 2 News at 9 a.m. this morning over on CW18 and then over on WESH 2 News at noon and I think even 4 o'clock, to just kind of talk about what's going on. So it's a very cool thing. You can see over my head, it's a beautiful start to the day. We can take a live look outside on our Tower Cam network. Port Canaveral showing some low clouds. Don't have any fog per se, but definitely some lower clouds. Here's the ceilings around town. And we're at about 1,000-foot ceilings at Orlando International, about 1,000-foot ceilings in Winter Haven. So there are some spots that are dealing with lower cloud heights. It's not fog, certainly, but it's one of those things that, I can look up and I can see there are some lower clouds around, right? All right, let me take you over to our tower cam, see what's doing over in Orlando. Yeah, you can kind of see that cloud deck there. Not too bad. New Smyrna Beach, let's check in. Oh, I love it. The breeze feels fantastic. There's already people out trying to enjoy the morning. I love a good morning like this. Don't you? I hope you're having a great one. Here's a look at the temperatures around Central Florida. 64 in the city. We are sitting at 61 in Wildwood, 60 in Ocala. It's definitely cooler than it was this time yesterday, thanking that little cold front that moved through. Here, let me find the surface. All right, so here's that cold front kind of sweeping through the area, right? You can see it moving into South Florida. Winds are turning behind it, and that's what's giving us that. I don't even want to say it's a subtle adjustment. I wouldn't say that. I would say that it's definitely an adjustment. Running 5-10 degrees cooler than this time yesterday, so you'll definitely notice the change, right? And looking at the forecast for the day ahead, yes, it's a lovely start to the day, but look at where we go. I mean, it's going to be a gorgeous day. 74 degrees, our 1 o'clock temperature, 76 degrees our 3 o'clock temperature. And don't be surprised if this afternoon we throw in a sprinkle or two. It's not going to be wild, but there will be a few showers in the vicinity. And of course, we've got Futurecast to dial in on that. Give me just a minute here. We'll dial that up. All right, so this morning we've got some clouds, nothing wild. We're going to keep some clouds around through the day. You can kind of see Futurecast trying to throw in a sprinkle or two out east of town. Nothing wild, but a sprinkle or two. Let's go into tomorrow morning. All right. Look at all that sunshine. Saturday's going to be gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, man, is it going to be nice. Then we look at Sunday. All right. So Sunday morning, of course, Sunday's going to be a big day because it's the Daytona 500. And while I'm not going, maybe you're going. Lots of people love to go. So let's dial into that forecast a little bit. Now that we're in range with Futurecast, notice a few sprinkles out ahead. There's 1:30, 2 o'clock out east of the metro. But by 2:30, this is getting into the race start time, right? And north and west of town, we're starting to see some rains working closer and closer to Marion County, right? That's obviously not getting into Volusia for the race yet, but by 4:30, 5 o'clock, we're going to have some concerns for weather, right? So I do think that the forecast has started to trend in a better direction for the race. It's just not going to be perfect the whole race. So here's the Daytona 500 forecast, okay? Cloudy, even windy, frankly, on race time. 82 degrees. But notice 4, 5, 6 o'clock. That's when the showers start moving into the area. Unfortunately, now I feel like for so many 500s, I've tracked like severe weather. I've tracked tornadoes and that whole thing. Not expecting that to be the case this time. But there will be a little bit of rain. And I don't know what it is. Why is it that every Daytona 500 we end up with showers, right? Now, if you're making the weekend of it, right, that's the Daytona 500. What about the Fresh from Florida 250, right? Doesn't look bad. If you're heading out that direction, nice, comfortable temperature. I mean, it really does look good. It really, really does look good. And then, of course, there's the United Rentals 300. Yeah, looking pretty good. So for the weekend, it's President's Day weekend. Okay. It looks like of the 2 days, Saturday is going to get the check mark. Saturday looks to be the better day. All right. It's not that Sunday is going to be completely crummy. It just looks like Saturday's going to have more sunshine. There will be more showers. And frankly, Sunday's going to be windy. So you kind of have to take the good with the bad. All right. Sound good? So let's put it all together. Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast. Let's just see the forest now through the trees and kind of get an idea of where we're at. Okay, so for today, gorgeous for Valentine's Day. If you've got plans for Valentine's evening, yeah, I think we're really looking great. Temperatures in the mid 70s for us this afternoon. Now, for tonight, if you want to do any kind of evening stuff, I think you're going to be just fine, right? Here's the Valentine's Day forecast. Dinner, lower 70s, eventually wandering into the upper 60s. But I think lower 70s and a nice breeze is kind of the idea for our evening plans tonight, okay? So that's our Valentine's evening forecast. Whatever you're doing, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, okay? If you're the one that's going to be spoiled, don't forget. And if you're the one that's supposed to spoil, also don't forget, okay? Now, tomorrow, 83, mix of clouds and stuff. There's going to be plenty of clouds around. Lower chance of rain. Sunday, 50% coverage of passing showers. Then Monday, looking gorgeous. President's Day, off of work, off of school. And look at that high temperature, below average, 70 degrees. We'll wake up on Monday morning to temperatures in the 50s. And then Tuesday morning is even cooler. So let's just take a minute. Let's look ahead to our forecast for Monday into Tuesday. First off, Monday morning, okay? Veterans Day. Ay, Gewaltismeer. President's Day morning. That looks nice. Low, mid, upper 50s, depending on where you are. That's fresh, baby. Ooh, that's fresh. All right. Then into Monday afternoon. President's Day looking good. Highs, though, notice along the shoreline, we've got 60s, even in some places in Flagler. Can't rule out some upper 50s for highs for you. 60s through the metro into about 70. All right, so that looks great. Tuesday morning is going to be the cool one. All right, here's Tuesday morning. Let's look at these temperatures. This is going to be the coolest of our kind of current little stretch. But yeah, I spy with my little eye 43 in Ocala, 46 in the Villages, 52 in Orlando. I mean, that's awesome. That's lovely. It's not like full-on heavy jacket weather, but it's going to be cooler than we've seen in a little bit, in a couple minutes at least. So there you go. And then after that, we're going to be gearing up for our next front, right? Next front comes in on Wednesday. As of right now, could see some thunderstorms with that one, and then temperatures drop again Thursday. I've told you. The second half of February into March is going to be a more active pattern for Central Florida. We've said that for weeks. Now that we've dialed into the long-range forecasting, whether it be for hurricane season, whether it be for our just kind of regular weather, we knew that this was going to be a more active part of the pattern. So as is such, plan accordingly. All right. And with that, I will leave the floor to you. Hi, friends. How we doing? It's a Friday. It's better. Oh my gosh, why do I keep messing this up? It is Valentine's Day. Okay. So this should be our last blast of cool weather. No, Donna, listen. The end of February into early March, we've discussed this. This is going to be the more active part of the pattern. And then late March into early April, it goes quieter again. Murray, thanks for the updates. If I could get them out, I just, you know what? Can I level with y'all? I didn't get much sleep. Those kids. Those kids. Did not let me sleep. So if I'm not making sense this morning, bear with me. Bear with me. I'm doing the best I can. Just bear with me. That's all I ask. All right. Frank says Dad's heading your way today. Oh, very cool. Love that. Let's see here. Be this. You as well, Marie. You as well. Everybody looking good. Anybody have plans this weekend? Anybody coming over here to the Science Center this weekend for Spark STEM Fest? Michael says training for a half marathon. Very happy with cool morning temperatures. That's fun. Good for you. Have fun. Uh, love in February. Oh goodness gracious, Faith, you're too much. If you really want to need if you really want to nerd out, look into the real story of St. Valentine. Interesting. Tim's asking, going flying. No, I've got to work. Otherwise, I probably would. Like, the skies are beautifully blue. It's going to get a little breezy today, though. Let's look at some winds. I'll show you. First off, I mean, winds right now are looking nice. But that's sustained at 12 to 15 miles an hour. We have any gusts today so far? Peak gusts today. All right, so the peak gust today, it's loading. Yeah, so 10, 15, 22 miles an hour. But let's look at some gusts for today. It should get to be pretty decently breezy. Yeah, so this afternoon, gusting to 20, 22 miles an hour. I mean, that's going to be a little gusty. That'll add a little pep to your step, you know? So, it's not a bad day to fly. It's just it's gonna be a little choppy. It's not gonna be for the rookies, we'll say, right? Like, you don't want to take the person that's afraid to fly on a day like today. We'll say that. Ooh, Julie working with the FFCC. That's fun. I remember those days. Debbie says we had a crazy wind and pouring rain in New Smyrna Beach around 6. Yeah, those storms yesterday got feisty, didn't they? Those were some feisty little buggers. It goes to show you that, like in Florida, you get the right combination of heat and moisture, and you can get some storms going, like for real. You know, here's a look at the. Oh, that's the wrong graphic. Hold on. This is what I was looking for. Here's a look at the high temperatures versus records for yesterday. There was just enough cloud cover to keep Orlando shy of a record, which I just have to laugh. Every other reporting station either tied a record or set a new record. Orlando, it's like I got outside, there was some smoke from a fire. I was like, all right, maybe that kept it. Whatever it was, Orlando should have been able to hit 90 yesterday, but it didn't. So everybody but Orlando got to a record. Got it. Okay. Yesterday was hot. So you had the moisture, you had the heat, you had the storms fire up. And that just goes to show like how Florida's atmosphere is just all it needs is that one little spark of inspiration comes at the heart. Anyway, if you know the one little spark song, you know that's the way Florida is with the rains. Ah, so funny. Tim says I'm still sleepy. Anyone with me? Oh my God, so much so, yes. Tara says power went out 4 times in the storm. Really? Wow. That's something else. Or if you secretly don't like someone, you should take them flying. Best way to say I love you, but not really. Yeah, but I also don't want like the vomit on me. So there's that. We got one feisty storm a few nights ago at 3 a.m. in Winter Springs. It was so weird, but welcome. Interesting. Interesting. Wind and pickleball should be interesting. Belinda, but there you go. Nothing wrong with that. A little fun is never a bad idea. Gina says OCPS District Chorus and Orchestra concert was beautiful last night. Still feeling the good vibes from being there. I love that. I love that. Terry, you know. You know. Carbon fiber saw those aggressive storms just to our north. Yes, and that was actually the Sarah part of the cycle coming back around, which is a hint. You like that? We have some sun peaking in Winter Park. Yeah, I mean, I'm in Winter Park. I guess, is this considered Winter Park? I'm at the Science Center. I mean, in Winter Park, whatever it is, there's plenty of sun shining through. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, for those of you just joining, I apologize for being on early today. I'm at the Science Center doing coverage for Spark STEM Fest. So I'll be doing live reports at the Orlando Science Center in the 9 a.m. newscast and in the noon newscast. So yeah, so I started Coffee Talk just a little bit early, but yeah, we're still here. I'm still gonna be with you for a little while longer. I figure I'll go until about 8:15. Started at 7:45, so I'll go to 8:15. I'll get our full 30 minutes in. That way the folks that wanted to join early can join early. The folks that are like, what's going on, overachiever, you guys can come in at 8 o'clock and still do your thing. So there you go. Frank says no sun here. No? It's pretty nice. James says pollen is terrible. The rain is welcomed for a few minutes. Is it enough? I don't know about all that. That's the problem. That's the problem. Oh, well. Let's see here. Sarah's a part of the new pattern. Sarah's a part of the new pattern. Yeah. Is there another cold front coming? Yeah. So Tiffany had a cold front today, warming up Saturday. Cold front arrives on Sunday, bringing rain, dropping temperatures again for President's Day Monday. And then notice Tuesday, Wednesday, temperatures coming up. Wednesday, a couple of storms coming in. It's too early to determine like any strength of those storms on Wednesday. But if we just look at the overall kind of pattern here, hold on. Let's look at, I don't know that it'll go out far enough. So there's that front. So yeah, so for now, it's too early to really dial into, on our future cast at least, like the idea of those storms coming in later in the week, right? There's Wednesday, 5 p.m., some rain, but depends how far south that moisture and that energy from an area of low pressure moves. But you can see plenty of moisture in Wednesday-ish. And on our 7-day forecast, clearly we've got thunderstorms in there. So if that energy source, if the actual low is a little further south, we may have to watch for some stronger storms on Wednesday. Too early to determine at the moment, though. So at least there's that. Yeah. Yeah. Adam says that low showing up off the coast around the 20th is interesting. Yeah, definitely. Jeremy and I are absolutely watching everything very, 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 very closely. Very closely. Yeah. Waiting for March 1st, tropical forecast, Michael says. Well, this year we're putting it out on February 28th because March 1st is a Saturday. So it's going to be the earliest hurricane season forecast we have ever done by a day. Yeah. My iPhone weather app says another dip into the 30s overnight Thursday. Listen, the struggle with iPhone weather apps is that I just don't trust anything. That's the struggle. Here, let me dial in some. Let me dial in. Oh my goodness. What is the. Is that the password? Nope. Hold on. So there we go. Not the CMC. I don't need the Canadian. Let's go with the GFS. All right. So, I mean, Thursday into Friday, this is the GFS, raw GFS data, and it does show morning temperature dropping to 41. Does it happen? Does it not happen? That's beyond the 7-day forecast there, but you can see 20th into the 21st, a colder drop. Too early to tell, right? But I've said to you for like a month now that the end of February into early March, we're going to have a more active pattern, and I think that that's an absolute clear scope of that, right? I think that absolutely backs it up. Come to North Florida, 47 degrees. I'm good where I'm at. Yeah. Becca, I'm so sorry to see that. Scott's asking, is Sunday a washout? It is not a washout. Not at all a washout. I'll show you the future. For those of you that arrived late, I did show it earlier, but we'll do it one more time. because there's a big event in Central Florida and I want to make sure you're covered. Usually I get grumpy. I'm super grumpy, but we'll do it again. All right, so Saturday morning looking fantastic. Your Saturday is gorgeous, right? Like Saturday as a whole is fantastic. Sunday, a few early morning sprinkles. There's 9:30 in the morning. I'll bring it full screen. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful day. Notice 1, 2 o'clock, a few showers popping up. So that's going to be around race start time for the 500. What is it? I think it's 2:30 if memory serves. And there you go. You've got a little bit of rain around. It's not until like 4:35, 6 o'clock that rain really moves in. So I do forecast some rain during the window of the 500. There's 6 p.m., for example, and we've got some of that rain around. So it's not going to be a perfect forecast, unfortunately. So while we do start off well, yes, there are some showers in that forecast timeline. Such is life. Always. Always. Yeah. All right. Catherine says, I really want to plant some of my trees and pineapples in one of the cooler days, but I'm afraid we'll get another cold snap soon. We're not done. Yeah, we're definitely not done with it, as I just showed you kind of on the extended outlook beyond the 7-day forecast. We are not completely done with it yet. So, yeah. We're going to keep watching it, though, for you, of course. Right? Oh, I love pineapple so much. Is it my favorite? It's probably pineapples and oranges. They're so good. Working the Highland Festival tomorrow from outdoor looks a touch too warm. I mean, it's going to be getting a little warmer for sure. Yeah. Patty says my husband is off the first week of March, so prepare for crummy weather. End of February, early March. We've been talking for a while and discussing about how it was going to be a more active pattern. So yeah, plan accordingly, right? Yeah. Oh, so it's backed up a little now. It's the end of my open house will be a washout. Yeah, pretty much. That just means by the end of the day, you'll be able to eat all the cookies that you bake for it, right? Right. All right. Questions, comments, concerns? Anybody going to come out to Spark STEM Fest at the Science Center this weekend? I hope all my Coffee Talk family has a blessed day. Remember, be that star in someone's day today. Love it, Frank. Be good, my friend. Victoria, you have to sneak in quiet. Oh, Marilyn, I got you. I got you. Everybody good? Questions, comments, concerns? We looking all right? It's a quiet day. I like it for Valentine's Day. Can't complain about it. Everybody good? Y'all happy? Are we happy? Are we going to have a fantastic day? I think so. My neighbors left back to Boston. They said another snowstorm is expected. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. Yeah. What's the fest like? What's the fest like? You mean Spark STEM Fest? Think of the Orlando Science Center, but they bring in a bunch of other things to see, things to do. It's really, really quite great. Yeah. A few showers possible, Patricia, but it doesn't look to be too bad. Sunday's going to be rain, especially into the afternoon. Matt says, come wear a kilt tomorrow, Mount Dora, and I'll take your picture. There you go. There you go. Cindy says, we're going to have a day. Fantastic is a stretch. At least weather-wise, I think it's going to be fantastic. Oh, there's the traffic helicopter. Yeah. Terry, be good. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Eric, you don't drink tea. I don't drink tea. Coffee. Ride or die. Coffee's my ride or die. Sheboygan, Wisconsin, 3 degrees. I'll take your temps with rain any day. Enjoy. Yeah, that's not for me. That's definitely not for me. All right. That's what we got at 8:10 on a Friday morning. Started a little early, ending a little early, but it's okay. I'm going to go do the Spark STEM Fest thing. Going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to talk to somebody who's putting on a fantastic show for the kids. It's going to be great. Lots of fun stuff down here. So if you're looking for something to do with the family, Spark STEM Fest continues through the weekend. All right? Sound good? That's all I got. Listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Make it fantastic. If it's not going to be fantastic, Make it fantastic. All right. Be the sunshine. Thank you all so much. I will see you on the air 9 a.m. and noon from the Science Center. And then, of course, Coffee Talk right back here tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock. Be good.